went away. Translation and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Sukadeva Gosvami said, O king, after thus discussing with Vidura the transcendental name, fame, qualities on the bank of Yamuna, Uddhava was overwhelmed with great affliction. He passed the night as if it were a moment, and thereafter he went away. Please repeat the translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, O king, after thus discussing with Vidura the transcendental name, fame, qualities on the bank of the Yamuna, Uddhava was overwhelmed with great affliction. He passed the night as if it were a moment, and thereafter he went away. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word used here for Krishna is Vishwamurti. Both Uddhava and Vidura were in great affliction because of Krishna's departure. And the more they discussed the transcendental name, fame, and qualities of the Lord, the more the picture of the Lord became visible to them everywhere. Such visualization of the transcendental form of the Lord is neither false nor imaginary, but is factual, absolute truth. When the Lord is perceived as Vishwamurti, it is not that he loses his personality or transcendental eternal form, but he becomes visible in the same form everywhere. Dajansti Bhaktivedanta Purport. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nithyananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in the last verse we saw Uddhava was explaining to him that he is in urgent necessity. He wanted to execute the mission of the Lord. So he had directed Vidura to go and meet Maitreya and understand from him that Atma Tattvam, that the same knowledge which was taught to Uddhava by Lord Krishna, where simultaneously Maitreya was present. So here Sukadeva Goswami is concluding that aspect by saying, Shuka Uvacha, Iti Saha Vidurena Vishwamurter. So along with Vidura, Uddhava, both of them, they could perceive Vishwamurte, the Lord everywhere. Guna Kataya. How? By hearing about Guna and Kata. By qualities and pastimes of the Lord, they were able to perceive the Lord everywhere. And this is like Sudaya, the nectar. Hearing about the Lord is like the Amruta. Then Plavitoru Tapaha. Because they were feeling the separation from the Lord, physical separation from the Lord, because Lord had left this planet and Vidura and Uddhava, both of them were afflicted because of that physical separation. Kshanam Iva, they felt the entire night, the whole discussion happened between Vidura and Uddhava was only for night. It started at the starting of the evening and next day morning it finished. This first 4 chapters is almost like overnight discussion. So Uddhava felt as if that time was Kshanam Iva, as if like a moment. And Puline Yamashvashustam, where they were discussing, the location is given as Puline on the bank of Yamashvashuhu, sister of Yamaraja, that is Yamuna. Yamashvashuhu. Samushita Aupagaver. So he passed as if that whole time Aupagaver, son of Aupagavihi, Uddhava. Nisham Tataha, the entire night it was passed in such a way. Then Agad, he went away from there towards Badrikashrama. So here in the purport Prabhupada is explaining, because both Uddhava and Vidura were in great affliction because of Krishna's separation from Krishna and Krishna's departure from this material world. The more they discussed about the Lord, his transcendental name, fame and qualities, the more the picture of the Lord became visible to them everywhere. So this is the nature of Uttamadikari. When the definition of Uttamadikari is given, Stavara Jangama Deke Nadeke Taramurti. When they are seeing trees, plants, hills, they are not seeing these physical objects. Sarvatra deke nija ishtadeva spurti. They see only the Lord and his energies are manifested everywhere. They see the form of the Lord everywhere. They are seeing a person, they are seeing the Paramatma in that heart. They are seeing an animal, they are seeing the Paramatma there. Everywhere they are seeing only it is the Lord and his energies in relationship with the Lord. So that is the qualification of Mahabhagavata. Since both Uddhava and Vidura are of Mahabhagavata nature, so that's why they are able to perceive the Lord everywhere. And since Lord is spread everywhere, that's why he is called as Vishwamurte. Next. So what happened when they heard too much about the Lord? Discussion led to visualization. See, when you know something about that subject, when you know about Krishna's pastimes, when you hear that pastime, and you would have seen a movie long back connected to that pastime, that movie will play in front of us. People will be able to relate. Oh, Krishna, now he is coming, he is going and catching some demon, he is killing it. That visualization happens to us. So, by hearing, it impacted in visualization. The more they discussed the transcendental name, fame and qualities of the Lord, the more the picture of the Lord became visible to them everywhere. So, this is the impact. When you hear properly, you will be able to perceive the subject. You will be able to experience that subject. Next. What happened? And this visualization, was it imagination? Or is it speculation? No. Visualization was neither false. Visualization of the transcendental form of the Lord is neither false nor imaginary because it is factual absolute truth. Because Lord is present there. Yatra gayanti madbhaktaha tatra tishtami narada. When Krishna said this, wherever my devotees chant about, sing about and hear about me, I am present there. And two great devotees were discussing means which Krishna will not be there. So he will be there. But how he will be there? That is perceivable only to them, not for everyone. Okay, next. Then importance of this Vishwamurti. It is not that he loses his personality or transcendental letter form, but he becomes visible in the same form everywhere. The mood in which the devotee is related to the Lord, he will be able to perceive the Lord in that same form everywhere. So this is the perspective what Uddhava is when they were discussing with Vidura is happening. So Sukadeva Gosvami is communicating that how hearing about the Lord had given them an opportunity to visualize about the Lord and to experience the Lord. The whole idea is about here now hearing. So in Bhagavatam, many places the glories of hearing about the Lord are enumerated. Couple of verses I will recite. Samsara sindhum ati dustaram utitishur na anyaplavo bhagavataha purushottamasya leela kata rasa nishevanam antarena pumsho bhaved vivida dukkha davarditasya. Same. Leela kata rasa nishevanam. When you hear about sevana means to aswadana, to take inside. So leela, pastimes, kata, stories, and rasa, the mellows. So samsara sindhum ati dustaram. This material world is very difficult to cross over. It is a ocean. Uditishore means what it is mentioned here. It is insurmountable. Not that easy, anybody can cross this. Like Suez Canal, many people have swam. Like some river, many people have swam. No, this is not that category. So it is very difficult to cross over, insurmountable. And na anya plavaha, there is no other boat. Bhagavataha Purushottamasya, except the Supreme Lord, Leela, Kata, Rasa, Nishevanam. Unless you hear about the boat to cross the cycle of birth and death, this insurmountable ocean is the hearing about the pastimes of the Lord, qualities of the Lord, glories of the Lord. And Antarena, when he takes that within that himself, that by experiencing that taste, Pumsho bhaved vivida dukkha dhava arditasya. He becomes free from the fire of countless miseries. So he will become basically free from these material tendencies. They are like fire. which are burning without any respite. That's why it's called as samsara davanala, the forest fire. The heat emanated from that forest fire is very difficult to tolerate. It's very heavy. And animals or anything, they become charred to death when a forest fire happens. So we are all in the same situation. So by hearing about the Lord, that is a respite for us. We will be able to get the boat by which to cross this ocean of cycle of birth and death. So hearing is the boat to go to the other side. Hearing is the door for liberation. Next, further it says. So when you hear what actually experienced, like they felt as if like a movement. Yatra Bhagavata Rajan, O Rajan, my dear king, Yatra Bhagavataha, where about the Lord or pure devotees, Sadhavo Vishadashayaha, who are broad-minded, who are very pure in their consciousness, Sadhavaha, pure devotees and great devotees, Bhagavat Guna Anukatana, about the Supreme Lord and His qualities and pastimes, Shravana Vyagra Chetasaha, by hearing Shravana, Vyagra Chetasaha means with eagerness, attentive eagerness when you hear about the Lord, the consciousness when you hear what happens, Tasmin Maha Mukarita Madhubit Charitra, Tasmin in that place, Mahan when you hear from them, Mukarita which is emanating from their mouth, Madhubit it is like honey. And that Charitra, the pastimes of the Lord, Piyusha, when you drink the honey, Shesha Sharitaha, it is like abundance of rivers. It is surplus. The more you drink, the more it becomes. Then, Paritaha Shravananti, and it's like a river flowing all around everywhere. The glories are like a river which is surplus. The more you use, the more it becomes. Taye Pibanti Avitrushaha, and one will never be satisfied. The more you drink, you wanted to drink more. Like in winter season, we wanted to drink a glass of water only, because the more you drink, the more the other problems are. You have to go to water pass every moment. It's in a different. In summer, you want to drink more because body gets absorbed. The water becomes absorbed in summer season. In winter season, it flushes out. So, but here, the more you drink, the more you want to drink more. Your thirst will never be. That's why it is called as avitrushaha. You will never be satisfied in drinking about this. And gada karnaihi, how you have to drink? With your attentive ears. Gada karnaihi. The ear should be upright. You know, elephant's ears? They will be like flat ears. They will be ready to hear everything and all. So, like that, gada karnaihi. Tanna sprushanti, for them, these things will not touch. Asana, truth, he will not feel hunger, he will not feel thirst. Bayashoka moha, he will not feel fear, he will not fear lamentation, he will not fear illusion. So all material tendencies, he will not fear. They will not have any impact on him. But for us, we will be watching when will be 8:50, when will be second bell will ring, when will this class get over? Because we are not evolved in our consciousness, we will be thinking in that perspective only. So to make it more interesting, I was just hearing one joke yesterday. There was one Swamiji who was giving lecture on Bhagavad Gita in Mumbai, some 50 years back. So he was explaining about glories of Bhagavad Gita. Sarvopanishato gavo dhogda gopala nandanaha. He was glorifying that all the Upanishads, the essence is Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is the cowhead boy, Dhogda. He is the Gopala. So when he was explaining after everything and all, he had asked any questions. If somebody had any inquiries, without any inhibition, you can ask. So one elderly man raised his hand and he said, "Sir, everything you have said I have understood, but in the last you quoted one sloka. In that you said, do gada. Kaunai wo do gada. Dhogda means he heard it as do gada. So the speaker didn't know how to laugh or how to cry. He said, the one who is asking is that first gada, the one who is explaining to him is the second gada. So this is how you are attentively hearing, but you don't know what you are hearing. Okay, some similar one more thing is there. So if you have to explain to modern day kids, when Krishna said in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I am the taste of water, among mountains I am Himalayas. So if you have to explain to current day public, how will you explain to him? Among cricketers, Krishna is Tendulkar. He is the god of cricketers. So among female singers, I am Lata Mangeshkar. Among male singers, I am Bala Subramanyam. Or something like that only. Among diseases, I am Corona. So like that only, if you connect, then only people will be able to relate. If you say Krishna is, I am the strength of tiger, and means people will not relate. So modern days, their mind is their mind tendency is only to able to pick up only certain subjects. They cannot go beyond because they have never experienced what it is. Because after some days, these tigers and lions will vanish, mountains will vanish. So if you say Himalayas means, how will he experience? Because he has never seen them. If modern day kids, you go and ask, where do milk come from? They say it comes from supermarket. They don't know it comes from cows. So this is what the situation is. Now how do you communicate to them? How do you pass on this knowledge? That it is how a cow will be there, how fruits come, how vegetables come. They have never experienced what is farming, what is Mother Earth. So we are in an unfortunate situation. We are training them towards in a wrong direction. So Bhagavatam is teaching us how to understand the subject by hearing. Importance of hearing and proper attentive hearing. Gada karnaihi. Not that simply I am sitting there, body is present, I am hearing, but nothing is going on in my mind. Like our modern day college education. The speaker will say something which the listener will listen. The speaker will not understand what he is communicating and the listener will not know what he is hearing. This should not be the same situation. Bhagavatam is not meant for that kind of discourse. So further also it glorifies. Ya kata bhagavataha, whatever the pastimes of the Lord. Kataniyoru karmanaha, when you hear Uru karmanaha, the great activities of the Lord, Kataniyaha, when you hear about that pastimes. Guna karma ashrayaha pumbi. So for people who have heard about that guna, pastimes, karma and ashrayaha, samsevayastu bubushibihi. So must hear submissively about all these topics. So all about the pastimes of the Lord, one have to submissively hear about these pastimes. So those who are desirous of achieving complete perfection in life, pumbihi bubushibihi, must submissively hear all topics, samsevayas kataniya ashrayaha. Because they are connected with the transcendental activities and qualities of the Lord, yaya bhagavataha gunakarma kataha, who acts very wonderfully, uru karmana. So one more qualification, when you are trying to hear, it should be attentive. Second one is submissive. Next, further. Then how do we develop this affinity of hearing? We have never heard before. So how do we develop this taste for hearing? Where do we get this taste? So Bhagavatam gives solution for that also. It says, Shushusho Shraddhadanasya Vasudeva Kataruchihi Syan Mahatsevaya Vipraha Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. So my dear sages, Vipraha Mahatsevaya, by serving great devotees, Shushusho Shraddhadanasya, by attentive hearing, Shushushaha, and Shraddhadanasya, by faithfully engaging in their service. Then Punya Tirthaha, who are these Mahat, great devotees? They are all free from all material vices. They are completely pure personalities. Punya Tirthaha. Then great service is done. Mahat Sevam Dvaramahur Vimuktes. By serving Mahat, that liberation to door is open. So similarly, Nishevanat, by such service, one gains great affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva. Vasudeva Kataruchihi. You develop taste for hearing about the Lord. So, this taste comes from serving great personalities. So this is one more perspective, how to develop the taste for hearing. The more you hear, the more you serve, the more you get the feeling to hear about the pastimes of the Lord. Because this is the only way how we can attain the mercy of the great personalities. Because we are all in a hopeless situation, destined to go in a wrong direction. So service, knowingly or unknowingly, is the only opportunity for them to pick up that punya by which they will become qualified to hear about the pastimes of the Lord. So Bhagavatam further glorifies. This is spoken by Lord Brahma. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrut saroja ase srutekshita pato nanupanata pumsam yadyad diyata urugaya vibhavayanti tat vapu pranayase sad anugrahaya. So he is saying, O Nata, O my dear Lord, pumsam shruta ikshata. Your devotees can see through ears. Intelligent person, common people see through eyes, intelligent person sees through ears. So that is the reference here. Shruta ikshita. Ikshita means to see. By hearing, he will see. By the process of bona fide hearing, tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita na anupata. Following the path of devotional principles and serving the Lord and serving the devotees, they hear through eyes. And thus, they become completely cleansed. Their hearts are completely cleansed, and Hrut Saroja Ashe, and you take seat in their heart. You come and sit on that lotus flower of their heart, because it is completely cleansed. Sadanugrahaya, you are so merciful towards your devotees. Yadyad diyate vibhavanti urugaya, whichever the transcendental form they would like to see, in which they always think of you, you appear in that specific form. Taddad vapu pranayashe. Because out of love, if the devotee wanted to see him in Ramachandra form, you appear as Ramachandra. If you want to see as Krishna, you appear as Krishna. The mood in which they are trying to reach you, you provide them that same transcendental form so that they feel that satisfaction, happiness and everything by seeing that specific mood and form. So similarly, Nithyananda Prabhu, because this weekend, Monday, we will be celebrating Nithyananda Trayodasi. There are some unique pastimes about the Lord, Nithyananda. So one or two I will try to explain. When Nithyananda Prabhu came to Mayapur, so he stayed sometime in the house of Srivas Pandit. We know the story when Srivas Pandit's son passed away. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu consoles him and he says, me and Nithyananda are your sons. So actually, Malini Devi is the wife of Srivas Pandit, and she actually used to treat Nithyananda Prabhu as her son. It is like pure mother and son relationship, because they are all pure devotees. They were in that Vatsalya Rasa. And Nithyananda Prabhu is like an elderly personality, but as soon as Malini Devi sees Nithyananda Prabhu and thinks more about him, her breast becomes overwhelmed with milk, motherly affection. So in that way, Nithyananda Prabhu used to drink the mother's milk, and she used to feed her like a small baby. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said not to reveal these intimate pastimes, people will not be able to understand. Like when you see, the same pastime happened in Krishna pastime, Krishna book also. When Krishna brought back that 6 children, dead sons. So, mother, they were all already like elder sons. But as soon as Mother Devaki saw them, the milk started flowing out of her breast. And when Krishna came and first time paid obeisances after killing Kamsa, Krishna was coming and first time paying obeisances to Mother Yashoda, at that time she felt that motherly affection for Krishna and Balarama. So at that time she fed Krishna and Balarama by her milk. So now it is, whatever is left over is prasadam. So the 6 boys who came, they drank the prasadam after Krishna had honored. So by that, whatever their sinful reactions were there, they all got liberated because they drank Krishna prasadam. And Krishna book, this is clearly mentioned. So that affection will generate the milk, motherly affection. Even though There is no milk. By the potency, transcendental potency, that milk was generated. And Nithyananda Prabhu drank that. So one day, Malini Devi, she was washing some of the vessels, and there was one silver vessel in which they used to offer ghee for bhoga in the Lord Krishna's plate. There will be a vessel where you have to pour ghee and one spoon will be there, and how do we serve? So there was one crow who wanted to eat that ghee. So it came and picked up that cup and went away, that spoon. So Malini Devi tried to stop that, but crow was flying away. So she started crying. She was feeling very sad. Now what will her husband say? Because Srivas Pandit is very strict. So if there is some discrepancy in his service to Lord Krishna, he becomes very angry. She don't know how to handle the situation. So Nithyananda Prabhu came and asked, Mother, why are you crying? So you explain to me, I will try to help you out. So in the meantime, this crow took that spoon and went away to her nest, placed it in its nest and came back again to pick up something else. So Nithyananda Prabhu, when he said, what is the problem? She explained that there is one spoon which is used for serving the Lord Krishna for ghee. So that spoon is gone away. Now if Srivas Pandit gets to know, he will start scolding me. So what happened? In the meantime, the crow came back and Nithyananda Prabhu said, okay, I will handle the situation. Nithyananda Prabhu started speaking to that crow. So, what are you doing? Why are you disturbing? Go get that spoon back. And the crow immediately vanished from there. After some time, immediately it came back with the spoon and handed over and it went away. So Malini Devi, she was wonderstruck that he was able to speak to crow and get the spoon back. And she offers her prayers and she says, I know you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead who are playing like a normal man, like a Avaduta, you are playing around. And she starts offering her prayers and Nithyananda Prabhu also simply laughs and he says, Mother, I am feeling hungry, please feed me something. He will divert the situation. So one day similarly, once in a while, Nithyananda Prabhu also used to go and eat in Mother Sachi's place. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to invite him and both of them used to sit and honor. So one day Nithyananda Prabhu alone went there and he started saying to Mother Sachi Deva, I am feeling hungry. So she went inside and there were some 5 sweet pieces she brought and handed over to Nithyananda Prabhu. Nithyananda Prabhu ate 1 and threw away 4. And Mother Sachi said, why are you throwing away? You said you are hungry and if you throw away, where will you get the sweets? He said, one who is prepared is ready to give me more. Go and see in the kitchen. So when she went and said, she saw that 4 sweets are lying on the plate there. Then she was wondering, these are the sweets which were thrown away, how these were on the plate. Then she brought the plate again, she wanted to give to Nithyananda Prabhu. Then the plate was empty and already Nithyananda Prabhu is eating that 4 sweets. And she had asked, where did these sweets come from? Now after I throw away, then I saw that you are feeling very bad that you have thrown away. So I got that sweets back and I started eating. So in that way, he is trying to bewilder, play around with the devotees. There are sweet pastimes which people will not be able to understand, but that intimate pastimes. Then Mother Sachi says, I know you are Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are playing around with me. So there is one more pastime. This is when they were small children. So Nithyananda Prabhu had one brother by name Bankaraya. So they used to play around every day. So once they went to their maternal grandparents' house. So that is called as Mayureshwara. That is their maternal grandparents' house. So there was one small forest. When the 2 brothers entered that forest, there was one tamala tree. So everybody was saying, don't go near the tree. It is very dangerous. There is one huge snake there. Whoever comes there, it will devour everyone there. So Nithyananda Prabhu, he is actually Sankarshana, Adishesha. So when he went there, the snake came out and he started hissing about towards both the brothers. Then Nithyananda Prabhu said, stop, what are you trying to do? Be a normal person. So then, because master of the snakes is ordering and the snake became silent, then he started answering him, why are you here? Why are you harming all these people? Then he started explaining who is he and why did he come there and who has given him permission to harm. He says in Mahabharata, when Pandavas were in Ekachakra, there was one demon by name Bakasura. And this Bakasura, this is a thing that he used to come and destroy everyone. So the whole village made a commitment. Every day from each house, one person with a cart load of food will be sent with 2 buffaloes. And that person should be satisfied by eating that person, that buffaloes and that food in the cart. So Pandavas were staying in the house of one Brahmana. whose name was Vedashrava. He was a very poor Brahmana. He has to survive himself by begging. So after some time it was the turn of Vedashrava. So husband wanted to go. Then wife says, no, I want to go. Their son says, I want to go. Then Kunti Devi saw the situation. She said, oh, you are only one son. I have 5 sons. At least I'll send one. No problem. Then she said, no, you are a guest. How you can send your son? No. When we are sharing the situation, we have been given the hospitality. So we have to share in try to relieving the burden what you are going through. And she says, my son is there. He is capable enough. So he will handle the situation. And they sent Bhimasena with the situation. So Bhimasena, he got the opportunity, now full cart of food, and he was going and he started enjoying the food. So when he went near the demon was very much surprised. There is only 2 buffaloes with Bhima, the cart is empty. He said, what happened to all the food? Or it's all the same thing, I eat the food and you eat me. Instead of you eating me and food separately, I ate the food, now you eat me, everything is the same. And the demon became angry and he wanted to attack Bhimasena, and Bhimasena will smash him, kill him. He will make him into a lump of meat. No shape. It is like a lump of meat. He had disfigured because tomorrow nobody should know who is that personality. So in the meantime, Arjuna came back and he heard from Kunti Devi that Bhima had gone to kill the demon. So he will be proceeding to help Bhima. So when he came somewhere in the half distance, he was thinking, before I go there, it may be taking little time. So he places one Naga Astra and releases to go and capture the demon. So after some distance, he saw Bhima was happily coming back. He had asked, what happened? I killed the demon long back itself, so I am coming back to the house. Then Arjuna says, now I have released one Naga Astra, now it will go and it will start searching everyone. Whoever is there in that area, he will start killing there. So he said, better we have to stop that Nagastra before killing some innocent people. He will go there and he will say that Nagastra, now from today you stop here at this tree and take shelter and you stay here only, don't harm anyone and everyone. So then that snake will ask, how will I survive? I require some food for my sustenance. Then Arjuna says, whoever comes near the tree, you harm only them. You don't go and hunt somebody. If somebody comes off their accord near the tree to sit or something, you harm them. So in that way, the snake narrates that it has been sanctioned by Arjuna, that he has been saying from Mahabharata time, and he is eating whoever is coming near the tree. Then Nithyananda Prabhu says, no, you are creating too much disturbance for all the people here. From today, I order you, you should not come out and you should not harm anybody. Either humans, animals, birds or anybody, you should not harm. You should stay inside the pit only, you should not come out. Then the snake asked, if I stay inside the house, how will I survive? Where is my food? Then Nithyananda Prabhu said, no problem. From today, people come and worship you. They will come and give you offerings. You be happy by taking the offerings. You don't harm people. So he took one earring and placed on the top of that snake hole. So that snake can't come out. And he blocked that hole. And very soon it became into a great place where everybody used to come, like a Nagul Shauti, where people used to come and pour milk and some banana and some til, jaggery, laddus. So like that and all, they started offering so that the snake was happy and it's not disturbing anyone. So this is one more pastime of Nithyananda Prabhu. So like this, these pastimes are all there. But the more you hear, time is over. First bell over, second bell over. Now we have to run. Breakfast is pushing us towards hearing. But the sense is, Krishna's pastimes, the more relishable. And how to hear. How will you develop that hearing tendency? All these things are elaborately described in Bhagavatam. Let us learn this quality. Let us increase our tendency to understand Krishna, experience Krishna by coming to that platform what Bhagavatam is recommending. I'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? Okay. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణ వాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700.